defensive, trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Rodgers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's a
fucking touchdown.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones from 4 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brady now on 1st down. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brady now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. Open man is Jalen Darden.
Come on,
and
bro.
this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Thank you.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 19.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Brady going to throw.
Fuck, I had the pick.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Brady. And it's caught. Touchdown.
That's some bullshit.
In the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now. Extra point put through by Succop, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number 1 job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Rolling to his left, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Brady's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's into the crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's got this down to the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Leonard Fournette. Tyler Lancaster on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big moves towards the end zone.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or maybe just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Rodgers now on 1st down. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, But you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Rodgers again now. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he's brought down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Packers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 41, Rodgers, slant to Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. And complete to Lewis over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Damn, it's
down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Toward the sideline, that's taken in by Jones. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. They give it off here to the tight end. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Another shot from the one on second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it down two, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady going to throw here. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are right back in this football game. And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency level.
He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way out just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going into the final play of this game. They knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.